Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you a build that you actually delete enemies. You know when you are higher power and go to low level, you just delete enemies? Here you're going to delete enemies at the highest apocalypse level with this build. Because you're going to be so, again, the damage, right? You're going to be so powerful that you actually, it's going to feel like even at the highest one, you're going to delete enemies like almost one-tapping them. Alright? And I'm going to share with you how it actually works. And we're going to be also, I'm going to explain. So basically I'm using this Renegade armor. This Renegade armor has, as you can see here, plus 25 melee attack speed. This is a Gilded one, Gilded unique. It's come with deflect enemy projectiles, and the whole idea about my build, by the way, is using the fighter's binding to deal deal damage to enemies with the melee and the swirling melee attack. Alright? So it has plus 20 melee attack speed. Alright? We're going to understand how it works. Everything is synergized perfectly here, but I'm going to explain. So the melee attack speed with the fighter's binding. I'm going to show you this one first, alright? Because this will explain to you other things in a bit. You see? This is already very fast because the plus 25 attack speed. Because of this, yeah, and by the way, you can see that even faster when you activate the mushroom. Look at it with mushroom. With the mushroom, you can even hear the pauses between hits. It's so fast. Alright? Now, what this means is they can actually drop one mushroom. And if I have mushroom, I can use it, but it's not a must. So what I use here, I use, again, depends on the fight, right? Sometimes just one enemies, and when I'm ready and there are lots of enemies, I'm going to use the mushroom. But I need something to protect me. Why I need protection? Because I'm going to use Reckless. This enchantment, this is a new enchantment in the Nether DLC, and it's insane. It's insane. You get 60% less health, but you get plus 80 more damage. This what actually causes you, makes you deal so much damage that you're actually deleting enemies so fast. And it's also, the Renegade also has plus 20 weapon damage booster aura, so even more damage. When you also have 35% damage reduction, which is also important, we're going to be, much less health. So everything is important, and deflect enemy projectile level 3. So we don't need to worry about projectiles, again, getting less damage. Alright? So you can see here I have 1.8 million, but actually, because of Reckless, I have only 700k, 750k, right? So again, this is low for the highest apocalypse, but I put here Iron-Eyed Amulet, and this allows me to get the protection I actually need without relying on activating the potion just having constant powerful. This protection, especially now, I need it, and this works. Now this is not the highest one, as you can see here, the cooldown 25. Hopefully I can get more closer to 25, but this means that I think it's 250 and 251. You can get almost constant Iron-Eyed Amulet active. You can activate it, like, because the difference between the cooldown and the duration. All right, so it's very important. Even now, it's just 4.2 seconds difference. Right. Now, I always want to pull enemies towards me. Everything here is designed to pull enemies towards me. This means that gravity pulls enemies towards me, and I want the highest range possible. But it's not the highest right now. I'm going to upgrade this one. All right. By the way, in the gameplay you're going to see soon, it was actually recorded. I'm just recording this one after at 150 range. But you can just pull in enemies from far away. Why I want to pull enemies in? You usually don't want this because there's so many troubles there. But with this one, you want them. Why? Well, first of all, you want to clear enemies as fast as possible, right? And you want radiance to be always active, as much as possible active, because this one actually what heals you. So if you just go eating enemy here or enemy there, and there's enemy there, there's going to be a gap. You don't need a gap. If you have a bunch of enemies, I want to pull them in and always have something to hit. So how we can do this? Well, the most important thing here is for the fighter's binding. You're going to feel it when you play. The smoothness of it is when you have gravity pulse on the fighter's binding. And because the very fast weapon, level 1 is enough. So what this means is that the enemies actually are pulled towards the impact zone of the hit when the fighter's binding hit. So even if it's an enemy behind you, it's still going to be pulled towards the fighter's binding. You don't need to turn, you don't need to search for enemies to hit them. So you have this continuous damage to enemies. And this, of course, makes sure the radiance is active most of the time. And of course, you're going to deal damage with the swirling again, because you're eating enemies, right? Because you want this to actually work, you want to hit enemies so the swirling activate, because if not, swirling won't be activated, right? Again, synergy. right? So this is perfect for this. And poison barrier, of course, the same situation, you want this, or in emergencies, always good to have. All right, boss fights, etc. And some, there are many situations. Now with that cap, of course, again, you're going to radiant more, again, which is very important also. But even without this, you can actually radiant a lot, right? And we have the Gong of Weakening. By the way, we can actually replace the Gong of Weakening, but it's very strong. Because of the lower cooldown, again, I'm going to show you a gameplay with this one, but I'm thinking about actually changing. This one is actually so versatility that actually can actually replace, because I'm dealing lots of damage here, right? So this one may be good for boss or something. It's not a must, by the way, because of the lower cooldown. Maybe I'm going to go with something else. For example, we can, if I'm pulling enemies towards me, this is great. Look at this one. This one can be, I think, like 3 times more than 300% more damage. But if I have Lightning Rod, with just a lower cooldown, actually use it more often. There's a slight delay, but this need requires souls. All right, keep this in mind. I can use this one. There are so many things that you can actually use with this bit to replace actually even the gong. Imagine replacing the gong. But again, gong with everything, right? Imagine critical hit, right? And reckless, right? And it's gonna be insane. Again, but not less important, of course, is the swirling, right? You want the swirling to kind of chop enemies. So let's jump into gameplay so you can see how it plays. Let's do it now. Alright, so let's do this. What I'm going to do, because I'm not wired in 50, unfortunately, because the bow gets me down, we're going to do kind of the difference, if I had 250. This is kind of because of the bow. It just pulls my power down. I'm going to take this one, alright? And I'm going to show you how it works. Right, before engagement, we're gonna activate the amulet, you see here, and we're just gonna wipe everything, by the way. Oh, by the way, here it is electrified. So I activated the healing. Alright, now I'm pulling enemies always when I jump on them, when the gravity pulse takes place, and also my weapon, this one, the pulls enemies in. The gravity on my weapon actually also pulls them in towards the impact of the weapon. All right. You're just wiping everything. Just crazy powerful. The reckless is insane. Boosts my damage crazy. Now wave, of course, we are protected partially, of course. From archers, which is good. Again, we don't need this damage because we're already very low. Nice. Let's go. The more enemies, the better for me. I want tons of enemies. I always want to hit something. Always pull them in. Nice. Oh, this was fun. Let's activate the amulet now. I'm doing fast. I'm not even using my mushroom just yet, by the way. This is my worst enemy. Few enemies is not gonna bother. Only when there are many enemies. Now I'm gonna use everything. So much fun, so much fun. More. I'm using the amulet now. Again, because of the extra speed, I can actually move from to the other group of enemies really fast. I'm just very snappy. Amulet activated. Without the amulet, it would be much more problematic. Oh, this on the floor. Yeah. Look at this, crazy vacuum cleaner. Come on. Gonna activate the healing. It's amazing. I just like one tapping enemies. This is how powerful this one is. It's insane, just insane. Right. Iron amulet. And also when I can even bring enemies closer if they're a bit further away from me. You can always try to eliminate enemies as fast as possible. Yeah, so that's my build. I'm gonna work, continue improving it, but it's going amazingly well with the Reckless. Wow, finally something that works. But the funny thing is that it's always feel kind of sane, like not fair. Like you don't expect so powerful build to actually be so snappy and speedy. And that's how it feels. It's just absolutely amazing, amazing to play. And you really feel that you don't even hear the attacks because it's so fast, especially when you use the mushroom. And you just feel like you're just deleting enemies. That's how amazing this one is. This is just crazy. Yeah, so the Renegade armor with this one, and if you optimize it for the swirling and all the gravity of the fighter's binding and the gravity pulls of the armor, everything to pull enemy in order to continue dealing, having radiance active and just wiping enemies. Just you're gonna go and like a vacuum cleaner suck everything in on the way. And this is actually without even the extended level 3. I need to upgrade to the level 3 for the gravity pulls, so you can even extend the reach when actually pulling in enemies. I don't mind because I'm just gonna delete everything, so I don't care. This is how powerful. So tell me what you think about this one. This is actually going so well that I was surprised. And I can't wait to upgrade everything to 250. And just going to go and kind of ever blast. It's going to feel like I'm doing level 1 when I'm going to those highest apocalypse level. This is because of the Reckless. It makes me so powerful. But the only thing you needed is to kind of balance this one with having more survivability. And this one works. So this is it for this video. Tell me what you think about this. I'm gonna improve it. I'm gonna share with you, of course. But this is a build with Reckless, with the Renegade armor that just works amazingly well. You are speedy, you are fast, doing tons of damage. Wow, this works. So this is it. Consider subscribing to my channel and give this one a little like. And I see you very soon on the next video with more cool builds for Minecraft Dungeons and the Nether DLC. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers, bye bye.